Welcome to another LSMN Press Box. It's Thursday. Usually this is Wednesday. We recorded a whole 2-hour podcast.
A great 2-hour podcast.
A great 2-hour podcast. Just to be told by the control room, oh, we never hit record.
Big ol' oops.
So Beal's a little salty to start this one off, but we'll get better as we go through this. We're talking a little wrestling to start off this episode. It's the same format we did yesterday, so that we can have Alex on the podcast when we want to talk a little NHL, and we weren't going to talk that much NHL because the Stars are out. Boo. Hiss. But talking a little wrestling. Big weekend this past weekend and a big night in last night. We were previewing it yesterday. Now we can actually talk about what happened on Dynamite in AEW last night. But let's start over back on Saturday with WWE Backlash. You had Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins kick off the show.
Yeah. Messy match. Very
botchy match.
Yeah.
Very match that didn't quite ever find a rhythm.
No, and I feel like, mentioned it yesterday, I feel like that's kind of the case with a lot of Breaker matches recently, because he's just, as much as they try to bring it and like say it's part of the story that he's just too quick and he like is like too inexperienced, kind of just seems like that's how he is, because all of his matches are like that, where it's like they never get into a good rhythm or a big groove to like really get you hooked on the match, because it's just him going full 100 at every moment, even when it kind of doesn't call for it. And it's like, it's a good moveset and a good like way to wrestle if you're a babyface, because everyone loves someone who's just like overzealous and going full 100%. Doesn't work for the heel. And it made a weird dynamic with the Seth match, because Seth has to wrestle slower just because he tries to be quicker, like 2015 level. Doesn't have that anymore. Too many injuries, I feel like, and also he's just getting up there in age.
Yeah. He's torn both his right and left ACLs.
Yeah.
So the explosiveness not there, it can't be there just because of that. Also, he's close to 40 now?
He's getting up there, yeah.
Yeah,
all three Shield members.
Yeah, it's actually kind of incredible when you think about, I don't think Roman's that old, but he's close to 40. Moxley's
the only one who looks like, he looks like he's getting up there.
Yeah, but he kind of carries himself.
Yeah.
Like he's just a 30-year-old that's drank and brawled too much or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's up to 40. I guess that's what happens when all these guys come up in the years they did. I mean, Roman was playing football at Georgia Tech in 2011, 2012, something like that is when he graduated.
I think like 2010, because 2011 he was already in FCW.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Because he was leaky.
Yeah. What a bad first name.
Terrible name. Did you ever see one of the FCW promo he had where he tried to get...
The one where he's like showing off his watch and stuff?
Yeah, trying to show off his watch. He tried to get slap yourself over as a catchphrase. Just really bad. And it's weird because he's come around a lot, even like from 2016 era Roman Reigns. His
Suckering
promos,
Suff Attack.
Yeah, like that kind of run.
That is a terrible promo.
But
I know that was written for him, but yikes.
Gotten so much better, like as just like on the mic, and he actually can carry himself against like in promos like Fatu, like against Fatu last couple weeks have been really entertaining just because he knows exactly how to carry his character.
Definitely. Speaking of weird promos, I just looked, this photo was up all day yesterday, and I look, and there's Jason Jordan just hanging out.
Yeah,
I know he's a producer now.
Yeah, and Jamie Noble.
Jamie Noble, he always shows up. He's been around forever, but Jason Jordan just caught my eye, and I'm like, hey, look at that. What a guy that he could have been like a Roman or a Fatu
Kurt
type.
Angle's illegitimate son.
Yeah, he could have been way up there if he hadn't gotten hurt. He had neck issues, right?
Yeah, but that storyline always confused me because he was still with American Alpha, and then they pushed the, oh my God, it's Kurt Angle's lost son, when Chad Gable was right there.
Well, that's because everybody was like, oh, it's Chad Gable when they started teasing it, and then they're like, haha, we swerved you. It's not Chad, it's
Take
Jason
that,
Jordan.
dirt sheets.
Yeah, exactly. But back to Backlash. After Breaker and Seth get close to 22 minutes, Trick Williams and Sami Zayn have a WrestleMania rematch that got more time than their WrestleMania match, but still only 13 minutes.
Yeah,
and a match that didn't matter because
No.
it's the same result as Mania.
Yeah, and I don't think it did much to like fully commit to the Sammy heel turn more than it was. I think there is potential for that story with him as a heel because he's the only one who doesn't recognize he's a heel, which I think that's really fun. I think there's so much you could do with that storyline. They're not doing it well. They're not executing it well at all. But the idea, in theory, of everyone hates him, but he just does not understand why, like, and truly believes he's doing everything for, like, good, is a really good story. But they're not telling it right. And it only kind of works if he had won the match. Because now he lost, and it's like, well, what's the point?
Right. I think they're trying to keep him somewhat of a baby face because they want to show him off when they go to Canada. They want to show him off when they go to Saudi Arabia.
I think he'll get
because
cheered
of
there
the
no matter
cheers
what.
he gets now
Yeah.
that he's like been embraced as a Syrian descent, even though he's
Yeah.
from Montreal and everything like that.
Yeah.
That Saudi Arabia is like really embracing him
Yeah.
as like the guy since they don't have Mansoor
Mansois.
anymore. Things like that. I don't know. I've never loved the storyline. I mean, it's a storyline built around Sammy not liking Trick and then attacking a gingerbread man.
Yeah. It's really stupid.
Who can get on board with that? That feels like something made for like a 10-year-old maybe. And they're bringing up, like we talked about it yesterday, AAA guys all the way from Mexico to wherever they were at for SmackDown.
Yeah.
Just to have a funeral segment so they could fake cry over a gingerbread man that didn't exist a month ago.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, that storyline, you can kind of sell it if it's, like, the really ridiculous characters taking it super seriously. Like, having R-Truth show up there, that makes sense. Having Trick Williams sell it makes sense just because he's, I don't know, like, it just works better. But, yeah, when you have, like, Los Garza there, it doesn't really work. Why is Nick Aldis taking this completely seriously? Like, none of it works other than to make Sami Zayn look crazy. And it's really stupid because, like, I think, like, watching the fact that they gave that whole thing, like, 6 different segments throughout the show and it main evented SmackDown, the fact that, like, it just gave very 2019 Raw vibes or, like, 2019 SmackDown with the Roman Reigns, like, Bulldog mascot that Baron Corbin had.
Yeah.
Like,
food or dog food match,
yeah,
whatever.
the whole, like, that's the kind of vibe it gave, and it was just really, really stupid.
Yeah. Speaking of kind of stupid, Danhausen with a mystery partner versus Miz and Kit Wilson that got about the same amount of time as Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. Danhausen's do it.
A lot more crowd reactions.
A lot more crowd reaction. He is one of the top merch sellers, Danhausen, for being over in AEW, not being really loved by the crowd because he didn't wrestle that much. Very interesting that he's now like a top 5 merch seller guy. Like he was like number 3 at Mania.
He's probably one of the only people in WWE right now to have an actual direction for their character.
Yeah.
Everyone else is kind of just doing their own thing. I can maybe think of a couple people that have some sort. You can tell there's a plan. Say like Roman they have a plan for him. Oba, they have something for him. I don't know what they're doing. I feel like giving him 1-minute squash matches every day is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oba has a plan. Danhausen, Punk probably when he comes back. I feel like they know they have an idea of what they want to do with him. Cody and Gunther. Actually, probably not Gunther, just Cody. I think probably end of list. I can't really think of anyone else that has like a full. They know what they're doing with these people.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. Speaking of Punk, I thought Punk would be the mystery partner for Danhausen.
Yeah, I think that's what I said as well.
I think we said that on the podcast the last time, not yesterday, but the one before that. And it turned out to be Minihausen, along with an army of Minihausens. But the first Minihausen,
El Torito.
El Torito, comes back in a new package. interesting that he was wearing a mask rather than the face paint, because
Gotta get that merch.
when he got thrown back into the cloning machine, which is how he quote came out.
Sounds really stupid just saying this,
yeah,
like full
just
seriousness.
without giving actual context. They're seeing there is a cloning machine. Yeah, sounds real dumb just talking about it. But Minihausen came out. Kit Wilson then tossed him back in, and then like 4 or 5 came out and wrestled The Miz and Kit Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, again, as dumb as like the Danhausen stuff is, I feel like if it wasn't at the cost of if these weren't 5 match cards and like we could get like 8 matches and we can afford to have just some random one maybe on a pre-show or something to give like just a quick get the crowd hyped, have some fun with something stupid. I don't think it would be as frustrating as it is, but with it being 5 match cards and multiple title matches just getting left off because you just don't have time to get more than 5 matches on a 3-hour show somehow, it just seems a little pointless.
Mm-hmm.
But like keeping that all out of mind, I don't hate the Danhausen stuff. I feel like he works so much better in WWE.
He works great in WWE. It's kind of like when R-Truth got a big push in 2018 when he was doing all the he's declaring for the Rumble, but he thought it was the Money in the Bank match.
Bringing out the ladder.
Yeah.
Or I feel like
during the Money in the Bank match, he thought it was the Rumble, so he threw somebody over the top rope and thought he had won. And all that.
Or I think probably one of my favorite spots of his was Royal Rumble hot tag with Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably one of my favorite spots he's done at a Rumble.
Yeah.
Because Dom actually going for the hot tag fit his character so much, and the crowd was so into it because that spot could just completely fail if no one cares. But it was really good at that moment for a pretty good Rumble.
Yeah, and so I think he works just like that. There's a room for comedy. Like WWE's always been more of a show rather than a sport. Whereas you go back to WCW, it was always here's a sport, and AEW is kind of living on the legacy of WCW, even though WWE bought them all the way back in 2001.
Right.
26 or 20 years later, they're kicking 25, whatever you want to say, however many years. They're kicking the same style of this is UFC, but with predetermined things, or they go through tables, or we know it's fake, but we're gonna
this shit is real.
It's it is real.
Much more serious.
Yeah. So speaking of real, Io Sky and Asuka. In possibly Asuka's final WWE match. Who knows?
Could be
Rumors.
Final match.
She's retired, not retired. She's half retiring.
I could see it being like how Danielson was his last year, where he showed up for like a couple more matches and then just kind of slowly faded out. But yeah, I don't think she's done completely. I feel like there's still a good bit of matches that she has left, and I could see her doing one more run, either in like Stardom or Marigold or AEW, which I don't know if I fully see her going to AEW though.
I think she would be a very different character if she went back to Stardom, if she went to AEW. Marigold, she still could use the WWE style and get it over, even though if Marigold's even going to be around come tomorrow, because they're in some big financial troubles.
Yeah.
Everything like that. Maybe WWE helps them out to keep a competitor that they can get away from Stardom with or anything like that. But yeah, it could be Asuka's final match. It was a good match. Io and her told an excellent story. I mean, they have tons of history going all the way back to Japan with each other. Speaking of history, Tekla was teasing reuniting with Asuka on an interview before Dynamite last night, which was pretty interesting because they were together as a tag team before Asuka jumped to WWE in Stardom, and it was like, that would be real cool.
That would be fun.
Yeah. especially if
Yeah.
Asuka got like the darker side of her.
Yeah, if she goes back to the
joined
Kana character.
The Triangle of Madness. I don't know, Cube of Madness now.
Yeah.
If she were to join, the Triangle doesn't really work with 4
No,
people.
it doesn't really work.
But it doesn't really give you much for expansion there, that name. But yeah, Io Sky wins versus Asuka in a 20-minute match.
Really great match.
Real great match.
Wouldn't have been given that time on Mania, so I guess like it makes it a little better.
It makes me upset that it wouldn't have been given time on Mania.
Yeah.
Because they could have even done a 20-minute triple threat with Io, Asuka, and Kairi Sane.
Right.
But they released Kairi. Now Asuka's possibly done. It's kind of like the 4-way of the Horsewoman
Right.
match. We never got Bailey.
The triple threat, but we never got the full
Yeah, we never got Bailey involved. We got Charlotte, Becky Lynch,
Sasha Banks.
and Sasha Banks at Mania 33, because it was the one where Charlotte has a ridiculous helicopter entrance and had to take 45 minutes to get to the
I
ring.
think so.
Because they did Becky or they did Charlotte as the new women's champion at 32.
Right.
So that was like a multi-person match. Or
I think that one was
Natalia or something.
I think that was Charlotte, Becky. That might have been the year they did it. I remember we were looking at that card one time and we were like, how is that on the same card as a 10-man women's tag that lasted 2 minutes? And it was like full like Divas era roster. And then you look at the later end of the card and it was Charlotte, Becky. It might have been 32.
It might have been. I can't remember if.
I know 34.
If
Becky was in the like some random battle royal that she got like no airtime in.
It wasn't 34 Becky Ronda?
No, that was 35.
Maybe I'm pushing everything
35
forward.
was Becky, Ronda, Charlotte. 34 was in New Orleans, and I remember Becky Lynch got like nothing because everyone was like, "Why is she in 2 minute spot at WrestleMania?" And
that was the Becky Mania stuff. She had just gotten her nose broken by Nia Jax, and everybody wanted her, but she didn't have a spot. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we never got the 4-way horsewoman match. Now we never gotten the Asian triple threat, Japanese triple threat, whatever kind of version you want to call that of Io, Asuka, and
some of the
Kairi.
three like best Joshi wrestlers.
Yeah, Joshi triple threat is probably a better way to put it, because they could have gone out like this is a era of Joshi wrestling.
I mean, 3 of the best for their respective. I think Kairi and Asuka you could probably put in that same spot, and then Io Sky is 100% just like the future, like probably one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. But yeah, it's just weird how the timelines never matched because they just delayed that feud for so long and then brought Rhea into it, and then Io Sky just became a complete side character during it.
Yeah. And then even though the picture just disappeared, we had Roman Reigns defeating Jacob Fatu in a 20-ish minute match. Real interesting ending. Really good ending. They're both so tired, and Roman kind of falls into the spear that hit out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know some people complain about like when someone gets pinned for the 3 and then they get up like pretty quickly. But I kind of feel like that works in a fight because it's like almost like a TKO kind of thing where it's like if you're in a UFC fight, someone just gets knocked down, they can be up in a minute, but the match is or like 10 seconds later, but the match is still over. I kind of like the story of like he got him down, just he caught Fatu lacking for 3 seconds, and that's all it needed. Like Fatu wasn't fully done, but it was enough to get the win. I kind of like that. Like I don't get too mad whenever someone gets up after a pin.
Yeah, as long as it's storyline purposes and not Austin Aries at Bound for Glory a few years ago, where
no soul.
He just took the 3 count from Johnny Nitro, Johnny Elite, whatever Johnny's name was. He because he was in Johnny Action, I think maybe because he was in TNA. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Johnny, he takes the pin from him and then immediately gives up, stands on the top rope, and you can see Johnny's like, this isn't the plan. What do you mean? Like, at least with Roman and Fatu, it didn't look like Roman was like, oh, what are you doing?
It was all,
it was
definitely
very, very planned, and
I will
led
say,
to the beatdown and everything
yeah.
like that.
I don't think I got to mention this yesterday with the main event, but one thing I really liked was how they let Roman be a heel without needing random bloodline interference.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they truly was just like showed he was just getting desperate, trying any way possible to beat Fatu because he's just that good. But it still made Roman look strong because it wasn't like what they did Bloodline in its prime, where it's like, okay, Roman's about to lose. Here comes Jey Uso. Here comes Jimmy Uso. Here comes Solo Sikoa. Here comes a new random member that no one's ever heard of. And then Roman wins, and everyone acts like he's the greatest wrestler of all time.
We still have multiple bloodline members in the.
Well, half of them got released, but yeah, there's still Tala Tonga, and because he's the tallest Tonga, and then Tama Tonga.
No, did Tala what was his pre-WWE name?
Hikuleo.
Yeah, Hikuleo. He got released too?
No, he's still there.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Tama are the only two left, which I mean I'm okay with. I don't really care for Hikuleo.
So they released Tama's brother, his actual brother, but they kept his cousin.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, Jeff Cobb's gone.
Yeah.
As what was
JC Mateo.
JC Mateo. What a terrible name.
Ooh. And they did him no favors with his in-ring look. The singlet they gave him made him look just
He's never looked great in a singlet, in my opinion. I think his Lucha Underground look was
by far the best look, because
he
I think it
like
also worked.
Looked like Taz but with a mask.
Yeah, just they need to give more big wrestlers a mask. Do the Vader treatment more.
Yeah.
There's
I
like
like
a lot
that.
of wrestlers like they should do that with the Mason Rook dude that came in NXT. Like I know John Cena's really big on him now. He's just like this huge like kind of large guy, but he just doesn't have the greatest. Like he's just kind of screwed.
He's got the British teeth because he is British, but he's got the messed up teeth, and I'm one to talk. But
and then like the bleached tips that they gave him just wasn't like it is. His presentation.
He's got the mullet look too.
Well, whenever he had the mullet, it's like okay, you can make something with that. Like that will work. What they gave him now, it's like they gave him a weird teenager haircut, but it just doesn't work with his presentation.
I didn't see his haircut.
Not good.
I saw his moveset's awesome. I don't know why.
If as long as they let him do his thing, he is going to be a huge star just because he's already got like the crowd fully behind him. Probably one of my new favorite chants in wrestling. That the NXT crowd started.
That's like a mid-2000s haircut. That's
not great.
That's like he should join a boy band type look. Man, that's bad.
Yeah. Like I don't hate the new name Mason Rook. I like it better than Will Cruz.
One of the best
NXT names.
NXT names. There's some bad NXT names. We've talked about that before.
EK Prosper comes to mind.
Yeah, there's some real bad ones.
Jasmine Nix.
They really try to like emphasize two names, and it's like, why? Let's just Becky, Bailey. Like,
yeah,
it's not hard.
I mean, I will say they've gotten a little better. I like Evil's new name, Naraku.
Naraku? That's an interesting one.
I think it could have been worse.
Yeah, definitely could have been just like bad.
Yeah,
instead of like evil.
I was really hoping for vile.
Vile. That'd be terrible. My goodness. So yeah, that was Backlash. Fun-ish show. Way better than Mania.
It was better.
Still way too many ads. Yep. Apparently TKO know and don't care.
Yeah.
They say that there's ads in an MLB game and fans don't complain. But we're
also not paying for a single MLB game. There's also 162 MLB games to watch.
That's my thing too. Like they're like, you watch an NFL or an MLB game, there's ads. Yeah, but they're at like designated points. Like an MLB game, it's while nothing's happening. Like it's not in WWE. You control the show. It's not like there's a designated pause, like changing from the home team batting to the home team pitching.
Yeah,
in
it's
baseball.
not like with baseball, it's like, now we had to do 7 innings because we got to fit in all these ads.
Yeah.
We're not losing the sport for more ads. But with wrestling, we are losing 6 to 8 match cards in favor of a random dude wipe commercial with Penta in it. Ooh.
Right. Triple H, when he took over, made the card way smaller rather than a 6 to 8 match thing. He made it that 4 to 5 because it worked in NXT, and everybody was like, it's so much better.
That works when your roster is smaller and always changing.
Yeah, when your NXT roster has the story and you only have the same, all right, these are our main event guys for these 9 months, and then they're going to go away. and we need new main event guys for 9 months. That really works for a 4-match card, 5-match card. But when
and
it's
also when every match is getting time.
yeah, when it's the current WWE product is, where you didn't have on a pretty lackluster card already, by all standards. You didn't have a Cody, you didn't have a Punk, you didn't have some of your biggest stars. You didn't have a follow up to what Brock did at Mania. We still don't have a follow up.
Boba Femi was completely off the
Yeah,
card.
one of your biggest stars you don't want to put on the WWE, because now they're
Yeah.
starting to put the first 2 matches on ESPN for free.
Yeah.
So that
And then
people
there's
would buy the ESPN
Still no mid-card
Unlimited.
belts.
Yeah. And they have so many belts. AEW and WWE both have a problem with too many belts.
But at least AEW defends all of them.
Yeah, AEW
Every
maybe to a
show-
fault. You
Yeah.
have 14 matches on a card.
Every
a
show,
pay-per-view.
even on the
Get your
weekly
money worth,
shows,
though.
yeah, every show is defending a title. Like there is a title to be defended, and there's at least a story going to it. WWE, they have all these titles, and they're just sitting there, and they're going like even any of the mid card titles, they're going months without defending them just because they kind of forgot about them. Like the only really great reign recently has been Penta's, because they have kind of shown that they do really like Penta and like what he can do, and they've let him actually defend the title a lot, which is awesome, and it's resulted in probably one of the best intercontinental reigns since, I'd say, maybe Gunther's. 'Cause I feel like since he's lost it, there hasn't been a really great intercontinental run.
Yeah.
I think Penta's has definitely been the most fun because all the matches have been great because he's just a really great wrestler.
Right. Well, speaking of fun title reign, that'll put us over into AEW.
Yeah.
Darby Allin.
Probably the best match of the run so far.
Ooh, I don't know. I liked this Pac match a little bit better. This was like a better wrestling
Yeah.
match, not like a spectacle or anything.
Right.
We talked about the Fairway to Hell match yesterday. If you didn't see this all over social media, AEW ran a show at the SoFi Golf Stadium. I can't remember the actual name of it, but they kept all the golf elements of the TGL, the Indoor Simulator Golf League, in the arena. So they had a match in which guys were going into the sand trap, everything like that. It looked super cool, super different than what just a normal hockey arena where the ring's just in the middle, and they're like, oh, look, they're over sort of in the fans or something like that. It looked really cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for like 20 years, 15, 20 years from now, and I'm going to see like a social media post, and it's going to be like, when did this happen? And it's going to be showing that match. And it's like, what was AEW doing in the mid 2020s or whatever? And it's just going to be just, random late night find, and it's Pac versus Darby Allin fighting in a sand bunker.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome. It was so cool. But, yeah, you think this Pac match or this Takeshita match last night was better?
I may be biased because I think I'm probably one of the biggest Takeshita fans. I've been a huge Takeshita fan since he had the match against Bryan Danielson at on that build-up to Revolution Iron Man match, when they did like that string of almost like reverse open challenges, basically. And every week it was just a Bryan Danielson gives a mid-card guy a shot. I mean, that put Roosh on the map, and it did Takeshita huge momentum because that match was awesome. And I think since then I've been just a huge Takeshita fan. Anything he does. So seeing him get to throw around Darby Allin, just awesome. Yeah, I think it's definitely close between him and Pac. I was also a really big Pac fan since WWE.
Yeah. Oh, Neville.
Yeah.
Adrian Neville.
Yeah.
They dropped the Adrian part, but yeah, Adrian Neville.
Yeah, watching the Black Arrow is just one of the most satisfying finishers to watch because he hits it perfectly every time.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like Kevin Knight's UFO splash.
UFO, yeah, that's a really good one.
That's the way he turns and just, it's a frog splash, but that's so cool.
Yeah, basically the Twisted Bliss, but done so much better.
Right, yeah. The card last night for AEW, 2 hours of TV, super stacked. We got a lot of Double or Nothing
Yeah, we're at 8
cards
matches
announced.
now? Yeah, so pretty much full card now.
Yeah. You had the show kick off with a great segment of MJF having to see his future or his possible future with all the bald guys that he walked past.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Like what a representation of to like show it visually rather than like tell it. They were just called. They're like, all right, if you're bald, we need you to stand in the hallway so Max can walk by you. Like they had so many. I know there's a lot of bald guys in AEW already, but they had so many dudes from like just backstage personnel that like random like workers
Yeah,
that were hanging out back there.
Goofy idea, but it worked really well.
And then you got John Silver back on TV for the first time in a while.
It's been a minute, yeah.
They're on ROH every now and then.
Yeah, I know I saw Evil Uno had a match on ROH a couple like days ago.
Yeah. So Dark Order's still kicking, but they first time on AEW like main roster.
Yeah, TV
for a bit. He gets to do his little pump gimmick, walking past Max. But after that, we got an awesome 10-man tag of Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, the Young Bucks, and Orange Cassidy defeating FTR, Tommaso Ciampa, and the Dogs in one of those matches. AEW is the only one that really does mainstream wise of here's 10 guys. They're going to do like comedy spots for half the match. And the other half of the match is going to be the baby faces beating up the heels so that everybody in the crowd has a good, fun time.
Yeah.
But we're going to slightly tell a good story with it so that we have a match for Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I really liked having the match end with Edge or Copeland hitting the spear on Connors.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, because Connors has such a good spear, but like I thought it was a pretty cool, like, not like, I know there's a huge story there, but like just kind of quick nod, I guess.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Ospreay then had a match that was decent, but it was mostly telling the story of the post-match stuff of him running into Samoa Joe, who is his opponent in the Owen Hart tournament. We got those brackets announced.
Yeah, the men's bracket.
So I think, Sean, we got it in the graphics there. The men's Owen Hart tournament. There we go. And Lucas, can we blow the up full screen real quick? There we go. So over there we got at Double or Nothing, Samoa Joe, Will Ospreay. Also at Double or Nothing, a great match, a rivalry match of Swerve versus Bandito. I didn't see that coming in like the first round. I thought they made it hold off to the second round. But
like, I feel like I was gonna have to happen eventually, just with Swerve looking for Bandito, like with all the wanted posters and everything.
I thought he was going after the ROH title for a second, but I guess this works too.
Yeah. And I'm kind of wondering if they might, just because Tony Khan just kind of does what he wants with these kind of tournaments, if they make Mark Davis versus Jungle Jack Perry for the title. I feel like that'd be something. I think just giving him a rematch.
The title, just a rematch title that Mark just won?
I don't know. I just feel like it's better than having him do a rematch. I never liked having someone with the title just not offended in them. I don't know.
It's weird because this is a title for the Owen Hart tournament, but it's not a title.
Yeah, it's not like it's just we trust this guy to do good.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday when we're speculating who would be in the tournament. We thought it would be a little bit lower guys.
I was thinking
not like the main event cast of AEW.
I was thinking more like how they do the Continental Classic, with how they have, but I don't know. I mean, I obviously don't hate this. It's really hard to have a bad tournament in AEW because there's just so many people. But I'm not like wowed by this, especially compared to like the women's bracket. Like I think it's gonna all be good matches. The fact that Ospreay and Samoa Joe have never had a match shocked me.
Oh yeah,
and that's gonna be really great, just especially because Ospreay was such a big TNA guy. Like whenever Samoa Joe was doing like being one of the best wrestlers in the world at the time, Bandito versus Swerve is gonna be awesome. And I feel like I don't know where that goes because I don't know if they do Swerve versus Brody King again. But I also don't. I really don't know. I don't know who wins in the lower part of the bracket. Yeah.
But I know the final is going to be Ospreay Swerve.
Yeah.
We're definitely building to Ospreay versus Swerve.
Yeah,
through
very
this
power
tournament.
hungry Swerve Strickland.
Yeah. And
I think Ospreay has to win.
Maybe they do Claudio gets a win over Brody, but I feel like they want Brody to win.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's same with Mark Davis and Jungle Jack. We just saw their match. Mark Davis beat Jungle Boy to win the national championship. They're running that back, so
that one just seems weird to me because
it's weird.
It just seems very pointless unless you're gonna give Perry another shot at the title. Like maybe he wins and that's how he like earns another shot at the national title. But I don't know. Do you really have to earn a shot at the national? Because I feel like they kind of
weird.
That's just one where they kind of just throw whoever at it. Like
it's also the one that they can defend on
anything
on the random indie show, just so that there's a AEW title out there touring the indie shows or whatever. But yeah, it's real interesting that we kind of know who the two in the final are going to be. Don't know anything else, and they're like not blowaway matches because like Claudio Brody King, awesome, but in like the grand scheme of like a storytelling aspect, it doesn't really like it's
doesn't
like
fit.
Oh, neither one of them are going to be Swerve, so it doesn't really fit.
Like,
but the women's side,
the women's bracket,
the women's side is awesome. And so Lucas, you'll blow that up again as well. There we go. You got making her debut in AEW, Hanzuki.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
That is great.
She's taking on not very many matches in AEW, Persephone, who is one of the biggest wrestlers in Mexico
CMLL.
right now.
Yeah.
So awesome that they're having that match. William Nightingale versus Alex Windsor is fine. It's fun.
It's okay.
Not what the other side of the
I'm surprised
bracket
that's
is.
the one that they put on Double or Nothing. Like I get like Willow obviously will always have the crowd behind her, but that seems weird.
She's also got the TNT championship, or
TBS
championship. Yeah, you're right. So that's probably why it's the Double or Nothing match. She is like the quote biggest star on this because again, this is what I was more thinking of with the men's side of things. Some of these lesser used people.
Yeah. Like get the crowd to know Persephone and Hazuki.
Yeah, exactly. And on the other side, Mina Shirakawa versus Athena.
I don't like
the
them.
forever women's champion of ROH, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Athena wins that match.
I think, obviously Athena wins it. I'm not the biggest fan of them, obviously, like just throwing Mina to just lose every big match because I feel like she has so much potential in AEW, but they don't really utilize it, I guess. But I think that match will be awesome. I think Athena has to win it, and I think it gives us Athena versus Sarai, which will be awesome because probably one of the best.
It is
Yoshi
confusing
wrestlers.
that Sarai is spelled with 3 E's.
Yeah, I mean, whenever she had her quick stint in NXT, it was spelled like how you'd think it would be. It was Sarai, like Saray.
Right.
But then, she changed it back.
Yeah.
But I feel like this match will be okay. I'm not the biggest Sky Blue fan, but
I really like Sky Blue.
Huh.
I've always been a fan of hers. Maybe it's the fact that I like her like entrance or like the way she became part of the like Triangle of Madness.
Right.
And maybe not the greatest wrestler out there. But she's improved because like Sky Blue and Julia Hart both are like under 25 and have less than like 200 matches on their belt, which is crazy because they're pretty good wrestlers out of that. Like Julia Hart debuted during the pandemic with having like 2 matches. Same with Sky Blue. She came in real quick after training and really found a character that I like. Maybe not the best wrestler, but I like it. But I think she does lose to Sarai.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have rather had Hart in that spot. I'm a big Julia Hart fan, but I don't really care for Sky Blue. But I think that'll be a good match, and then it'll lead to a great match with Athena and Sarai. And then, I think finals, I think you get Willow versus probably Persephone. I feel like they have her win this.
Do you think Willow beats Alex Windsor?
I think so.
See, I think you're building to Alex Windsor, Athena at Forbidden Windsor winning. That way she can have a title match at All In England. I don't know, in London?
I don't know. I just don't. I know like they want to make Alex Windsor a much bigger deal and I feel like they have been setting her up. But I feel like they keep her push for, because I think they use her at Forbidden Door for a big like 5-man AEW New Japan match with what they were, or not, Death Riders versus New Japan match, because they set that up with Will Ospreay getting a bunch of guys from New Japan to like attack the Death Riders backstage. That was a huge segment. They had Windsor there. So I think they save her for that. I don't see her having a big title match at Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
I feel like they have Willow win this. I don't know where they go between Persephone and Hazuki. I think they go Persephone just due to her being the CMML champion.
Right.
And I think they clearly have a ton of value in her. I think Hazuki, that's just going to be like, get everyone to know who she is, set her up for something later.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think they go Persephone, Willow, and then I think the finals, maybe Willow and Athena.
That'd be fun.
I think they have Willow go to the finals unless they have a title shot planned for her there.
Right. I
could maybe see in the middle of the tournament Willow lose, like not in a tournament match, but like just outside of it, Willow losing the title,
mm-hmm.
and then that sets her up to be clear for winning the Owen Hart.
Maybe, yeah. No, it's going to be a great tournament, and I mean, it almost makes the rest of the show seem irrelevant, because it's like, who cares what the rest of Forbidden Door is? Just give me the 2 final matches.
Right.
That's awesome. Like, yeah, I want to see CMML wrestlers versus AEW guys or New Japan guys versus AEW guys or whatever.
Be probably the best Forbidden Door.
Man.
Yeah. Because there's a lot more options this time around with how much CMML is involved now. That's 3 different companies you can have. I think that would be really fun this year.
Oh yeah, it'll be great. But I guess that will end our wrestling coverage so that we can get to our other big thing that we wanted to do today/yesterday. We already kind of went through it, so we've already seen these. It's not brand new, but the Rangers, even though yesterday we're not in the playoff spot, looked pretty bad down in 3rd place in the standings. Can we see the standings real quick, Sean?
I guess.
There's Aiden.
Blow up that graphic.
There we go. The graphic that we spent a lot of time on.
Yeah.
And the Rangers now in a playoff spot after a walk-off win. First one since 2023.
Yeah.
Which was crazy to say.
No. We had one. We had a walk.
They have a walk-off at least every season.
We have a walk-off in 2025 because... Do we not have a walk-off in 2025?
The Rangers' first walk-off since 2023 was last night.
I could have sworn
Can't
at least.
Be true.
No, because 2024 we had a Dolis walk-off the Dodgers.
That was last year.
Dolis Dodgers walk-off was last year?
Yeah, I remember it because I was...
I just remember it was on Easter.
I think I remember the day, actually.
It was Easter because I was in Odessa. I remember.
I'm pretty positive it was the first one since 2023. But
pretty sure it was like April or something. It was like a rainy day, and I was listening to it on the radio with my grandma because we were just at the cemetery. Right?
I don't know. I just saw the thing that I got an update on my phone from the MLB app that it was the first walk-off.
It was probably
It
was 2025
rematch with.
It was probably because of. Like the World Series.
Yeah, first walk-off against the Diamondbacks since the World Series. But
doesn't matter. But it puts the Rangers in a playoff spot. Wild card 3.
Yeah.
Talked yesterday. I hate the wild card 3. Give me just one wild card. Mm-hmm. Don't need 16 teams making the playoffs. But
12, but okay.
It feels like a lot more than 12.
It was 16 in 2020.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Just awful. Just give me 4 on each side. 8 teams. Fine.
Okay.
Division winners, wild card. Let's go. Rangers don't control their own fate necessarily. They are in a playoff spot, but don't control their own fate.
Basically a 3-way tie. It's just that all the teams have 21. Like White Sox, Rangers, and Mariners have 21 wins, I think, but the Mariners have 23 losses.
Right.
And Rangers have 22. White Sox have 21.
Yeah.
You'd like to see the Rangers play a little bit of baseball. That brings us to what we did. Do it.
It's been a good stretch for them. I will say, quick side note, as a Rangers and Mets fan, it has been a great couple of days. Yesterday, both teams walked it off, and now the Mets are about to pull a sweep off, sweep on the Tigers. They're winning 7-3 right now.
The Tigers, what a roller coaster team that team is.
Once they lost Skubal, I think everyone was like, that's Guardians division. It is foreseen.
I mean, I thought even without Skubal, they would show a little fight. Skubal was apparently their offense too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand at all what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Rangers, we were talking about what would make the Rangers a better team. So we did the same thing that we did with the Stars and thought about what changes we could make to make them a better team. And we're going to start with Alex because Alex focused on this year.
Yeah,
he likes to say he never gave up.
Yeah, because unlike everyone else, I never gave up.
Aiden and
I applaud you. That is very hard to not give up on them. I gave up on them last night, and then my mom texted me and was like, "Oh, they came back," and I was like, "Dang, dude."
You're a very wishy-washy fan.
I am.
You could watch
yesterday-
you're really into golf right now. You could watch a golf tournament, and a guy has one bad hole on a Thursday, and you're like, nope, it's done. Call it. It never mind.
Not with
Yeah,
Scotty Scheffler. He always comes back.
Just a reminder that after Gavin Collier went into the game with a 0 ERA, gave up 2 runs, and then the next day Aiden comes in and says DFA Gavin Collier.
I didn't say DFA. I just said I was disappointed.
Said cut him. You said he was the worst pitcher in the league.
I did not say that.
Anyways, Aiden and I came up with stuff to help the Rangers next year. So we're going to take a look at Alex's roster for this year. We're going to go a little bit quicker than we possibly did yesterday.
Unfortunately.
Because we took a lot of time on this yesterday. But,
Because I know my baseball.
But we're going to go through it a little bit quicker.
Do you want to go one at a time or just the whole thing?
Yeah, no, go through it one at a time, but just a little bit quicker.
I'll be quick with it. Blow up the graphic. Or don't. Okay.
Lucas.
There we go. All right, so I keep the outfield mainly the same. Big change here is Alejandro Osuna, who has been awesome this year, playing around the high 700 OPS and is getting on base, and he plays great defense. It's a no-brainer to have him out there. Langford and Carter, also no-brainers. Carter, despite the back being kind of iffy, good yesterday, but the defense is so needed. That outfield is that is a top 3 defensive outfield, I think, in the league.
Sure.
All right, you can go
roll
second
up
line.
the corners there, Sean.
Yeah, blow that graphic up again. All right, I keep everything else same in that corner infield with Berger and Young. I still believe in Berger. He's very streaky, but I think we talked about this yesterday, for how much we pay him, it's a good value. He's a decent first baseman, and we pay him like a decent first baseman. I think there's use for that, and he gets RBIs. Who doesn't love RBIs?
All right, roll it up the middle.
In the middle, I have, despite Smith coming back from injury, I think Duran has completely taken that second base spot because that bat is awesome. He's probably the top 2 hitter on the team right now. I believe he's top 2 in OPS. He has like an 850 OPS right now. And he's getting on base, he's getting hits, he's getting RBIs. It's really good. Defense kind of iffy, but I think it's still a worthwhile trade. Seager, you can't move him, so.
Yeah.
You can go to catcher, I believe this was a big trade deadline acquisition. Ryan Jeffers, I believe we should trade for him on a rental deal. And in the trade, I believe we claim Brandon Winokur from the Twins, number 17 prospect. I believe that I don't think his value will be crazy high just because he only has this year until he's on free agent. Brandon Winokur, I just kind of throw in there just so we have another prospect. I think the Rangers give up Danny Jansen, obviously, to get another catcher. He has like 3 years of on that contract left, so you get a catcher with good service, and he can play pretty much every day. Just got the walk-off win for us yesterday, so good hitter. Jose Corniel, Rangers number 4. He is a MLB-ready prospect, I believe. He showed a lot of potential last season, and the Twins, I think, are going full fire sale. They need young players who can play baseball for cheap and can maybe build a foundation there. I think Jose Corniel fits there. He can play starting pitcher. He's only shown bullpen so far, but he can definitely shape into a pretty good 3-4 hole guy, which is something you kind of need when you're going to be losing a lot of pitchers in the next couple of years, like Pablo Lopez. I think they trade Joe Ryan. Bailey Ober's a little too inconsistent despite getting the Maddox the other night. And then I can obviously change this because Beals disagreed with this, but I thought throw in Cam Cauley as another guy who you can...
Can't hit.
Okay, yeah. But he's a
Wait, so
guy.
if he can't hit, why do you disagree?
He just
Sure,
doesn't
ship
think the
him out
trade
of
would
town. I
happen.
just don't think he's
Yeah.
trade
Oh,
fodder.
you thought
But
he wouldn't work.
I think
okay.
as a third guy in this trade, I think it works because he's someone who, if everything works out, he can be a good bench player, can play any role pretty much, can play, at least on all his stuff, he's listed as infield outfielder. And there's value there, especially when the Twins have as many people hurt as they do. We got Byron Buxton, Royce Lewis, probably more that I'm forgetting. But, yeah, they have a lot of people on the IL consistently, so he's someone that can just play like 30 to 40 games a year and at least give you someone to play. So I think they get value out of that trade. And that's my predictions. Maybe it's a little lopsided towards us. I think we could probably throw in one other prospect there. But I think having a consistent 750 to 780 OPS hitter on that lineup in Ryan Jeffers is huge for the team because I feel like that's a position we always struggle to have output in. Because I don't think Higashioka has what it takes to be a full starting catcher, though I do keep him on my bench. We can go to the DH. It's just Brandon Nimmo. Just keep him off the field. Keep him a little bit more healthy so he can just focus on hitting because he has shown to be a pretty good hitter since joining Texas. So I think not too crazy with the changes. On my bench, I have Josh Smith, utility role guy. That's what he always is. Higashioka. I think we keep Andrew McCutchen because I think between Jock Peterson and Andrew McCutchen, you take the guy who's cheaper, and you get that with McCutchen, and you get pretty much the same production out of the two of them. So nothing lost by losing Peterson. And then Jonah Bride, big Skip Schumacher guy. They signed him purely because he's a Skip Schumacher guy. Just see what can happen. He has power. He has potential. Just give Berger a day off, and you got something new, a breath of fresh air in the lineup if needed. And so I think that's all you do. I don't touch the bullpens or the pitching because I think we don't need to worry about it. I think our pitching and bullpen are great. So
Very much so. Alrighty, well, that's Alex's roster. So let's shift over to Aiden's.
Yeah.
One that we kind of poked fun at a little bit yesterday.
Because it's bad.
And maybe even today it looks even worse.
Yeah,
I think it looks so much worse.
It's kind of hard to explain away now, but
yeah, so let's just power through it rather than line by line on this one. Let's just run
just
the whole
unveil
thing.
it. Just
yeah,
go
just
all of it.
Go all the way, all
run
the
it,
way.
and I'll explain them really quick.
Ew. That's awful. Wow. Okay, that's good.
There you
But
go. That's the whole
even
roster.
worse.
Okay. I think you can justify a lot of these, but there are some that are questionable. I think Langford and Carter and Seager, you have to agree with. I think Young, you have to agree with. Jeffers, him and I obviously agreed on it. So, if you want to blow it back up so they can see it.
No, I like having the camera on Aiden's face as he has to explain this.
No,
I like showing the shame.
Yeah. Okay. Nemo, I feel like as a player, it's justified to keep him, but I was not aware of his, I guess, what do you call it? Like
Nagging ankle issues?
Yeah.
That was always this thing on the Mets. It's like he'll play every game. Should he though?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't think he's that bad in right field, but like if you must, like, sure, put him at DH and stick Osuna out there. I do like Osuna.
Well, you can't put him at DH because look who you have at DH.
I know, but we can. So, I've always just kind of been a Jorge Soler fan.
Dozens of you.
Yep, dozens of us. All the way back to when he was a Royal, I thought he was always a pretty good player. He might be on the decline, but I think he could make it come back. I know y'all think I'm crazy. Yandy Diaz, I think, is a little easier to justify. No.
So expensive for Jake Berger production.
Well, he hits like 320 though.
Yeah, but no pop, no RBIs.
He has no RBIs and no home runs.
Okay.
He hasn't had pop since 2020.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's a valuable guy to have on your team, not for the price that it is going to cost.
He's the guy you pick up in the show because he's available because the Rays don't like his age, and you can rebuild in the like Diamond Dynasty or anything like that with Yandy Diaz.
Yeah.
You do that so that you have a good hitting first baseman because in the show he has power. You can make him hit.
Yeah,
50
the show
home
you
runs.
get. Yeah, the show you get 20 home runs, batting 300.
Yeah.
Real life, you're getting 50 RBIs a season, maybe 280 to 300.
Yeah.
Low OBP, not like a huge walk guy.
Okay, and then second base, we don't really have to get into that one.
No, I think that I want to hear this.
We should get into why you just chose Gleyber Torres.
I was deceived. So I know it's bad. I was deceived. I was asking what's the Twitter AI, Grok? I was asking it for suggestions.
Oh wow, that's how you know it's a good
And
lineup.
it brought up Gleyber Torres, and I'm like, oh. So I went to his Savant page, and there were some things that looked pretty good, but
I think it's
if you can get
it's
him
like
cheap,
any AI. It's going off of like 2 to 3 years
if
old.
you can get him
information.
like cheap. No, it was talking about like 2026.
he
That's
doesn't
what
look
it was saying.
good. I mean, we were just talking about how the Tigers'
But
offense
he's been
looks
decent this year.
It's just
non-existent now that Scooble's gone.
yeah, it's just
Even though
this
he's
is
a
a
pitcher.
very unathletic lineup.
I think like 4 years ago, this would have been really good, but
This is generally like outside of Evan Carter and Wyatt Langford, you have just complete liabilities in
Yeah,
defense. You have a
that's
black
fair.
hole in right field.
You really gotta,
You
really
have a
gotta
black hole
emphasize
in
that
second base.
you don't have much defense
Any left,
in this because
Yeah.
the pitching staff you say don't touch because it's great.
yeah.
Your pitching staff can't be great if they're only trying to strike guys out.
any
If they're not giving
lefty-
up any base hits to Old Man Nemo and right.
Yeah,
Okay.
a left-handed hitter is salivating at this lineup
Yeah.
because you can hit a ground ball and it's getting past second base and first base. You can hit a pop fly and it's dropping unless Evan Carter can.
You just
make,
gotta scheme it correctly. Y'all don't see the
You
vision.
can't play the shift anymore.
I
Yeah.
know. All right. I think I'm done.
I just like that you made this whole graphic and you're like, yep, this is it.
It felt good.
This is what the Rangers need.
It felt solid 2 days ago, but now it doesn't.
Well,
And I'm sorry you had to see that, but I think Beals probably did better. Although he definitely
There's
has.
one
There's
thing.
one really
there's one
questionable.
glaring issue.
He's
Oh, yeah.
Can we
right
show?
here.
Can we show the
Hey,
back
it's
of the
good
shirt?
we didn't
Yeah,
record.
yeah.
Yeah, stand up real quick.
Show the shirt.
Tommy Tanks.
Tommy White,
Oh yeah.
the biggest Tommy White fan.
Oh, I can't quite see it. Gosh.
What happens with bad or
Lighting.
no camera people on the podcast? Everybody in the control room.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little preview at who's playing first base for this Rangers squad. A guy I fully believe in. But let's roll up my fix here for next year. You keep Langford Carter in the
I
outfield.
forgot about Dry.
We all agree on that.
Yeah.
But we're going to call up Dylan Dreiling because he's impressed me already in the amount of time he's played in Frisco. He's got pop. He can play the outfield pretty well, pretty fast. I really like that defensively for that outfield. And you can see where they're batting. I got Carter leading off, Langford going second. Dreiling's going to hit seventh. But then let's roll the corners.
I think you working in Frisco kind of messes up your perception.
Yeah,
of
I think
certain
you're
It doesn't
thinking
players.
these
mess up
guys-
anything.
I
I
think
think these guys are a lot
I like
better.
Dylan Dreiling, but it's just a little too early.
Not opening
not-
day
it's-
next year.
There's no reason any MLB thing is ever too early.
If he pops off for
go
1,000
look
OPS,
at what's
Angels
happening
fans
in
disagree.
Toronto.
it's called development.
I don't need development. Go look at what's happening in Toronto.
Oh, what?
Look with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. They kept him in AAA for 2 years too long, and now he's trash.
Still has 780
I
OPS.
wouldn't
Trash
say
is.
trash.
For the amount of money he's being paid, trash.
He'll
He
figure
was-
it out. He was great last season. Great the year before. Great the year before that.
He wasn't great at
He
the
had that
beginning
one
of the year
season
last
where he
year.
couldn't stop hitting ground
The year
balls.
before he batted 323, and then the second,
Yeah,
last
but at the
season,
beginning of last year, it looked like he couldn't hit.
yeah, and then he
He
finished
figured
the
it
year
out
with-
after the All-Star.
Yeah, and
break,
finished with like an
but-
850. What was that OPS last season?
848.
Yeah, 848. Are you going to complain about an 848 OPS from a
I am.
first baseman? No.
I am going to complain. This is me complaining.
I guess, bro.
But anyways, you call up guys when they're ready. Dylan
don't
Dreiling.
think he's ready.
What more development do you
Vladimir
need
Guerrero-
from Dylan
Let him
Dreiling?
see a AAA
Vladimir
pitcher.
Guerrero Jr. If you said they left him in AAA for a couple of years,
Double A, Triple A.
Which
They left him too
he would have
long
been in
in the
there
minors. It
at
doesn't
like
matter.
18 years old, and he wasn't like
Who cares?
he wasn't really out of this world. in his rookie
Tell me
year.
this. You're a hockey guy.
Yeah,
Wyatt Johnston
yeah.
was called up at 18 years old.
And he was ready
Logan
to go.
Stakoven
So was
called up
Stankoven.
at 18-year-old.
Both of them
18 years
were
old.
ready to go. Hockey's different because it's
Yeah.
not.
But
Do you-
with the players like in baseball that get called up at 18, like the players that you're getting called up at 18 are your Bryce Harpers and your Juan Sotos. Dylan Dreiling is not a Bryce Harper or
Well,
Juan
Dylan
Soto.
Dreiling's 23
Why
years old.
not?
Because it's just like, it's not.
Well,
I mean,
it's
I really like Dylan Dreiling.
Give me one reason he's not ready.
Well, like look at like hockey, like you were saying. Like many of the prospects in the draft will get called up, like immediately or within their first year. Like if you look at like obviously like the first picks of like Celebrini, Bedard, Schaefer, they'll all get called up. But then you have guys like Ben Kendall that will get called up. Like there are guys that are ready that don't need that time. But it's different in baseball because it's much harder to.
What
be
makes
good at.
baseball much harder?
Well, it's just two
You're
completely
seeing
different
pitchers,
sports.
yeah, you're seeing pitches that you've just never seen before by the time you get called up. Like, no one in AAA is doing what
Yeah, no.
most starters.
Nobody. Then what's the point of putting him in AAA?
It's just I want to see him
You
get a
need to
spring
develop
training.
them, but
It's
then they get called up and they
Let
haven't
him-
ever seen a
Let
pitcher.
let him get a spring training before we say
I just
Dylan Dreiling is ready.
I just
This
think
is a hill Beals will die on.
I can tell.
okay,
Yeah.
if he
18.
I do agree.
If you're fine to play, if you're coming straight out of high school, sure, you need some years. See if you can develop a faster, develop in seeing faster pitchers, things like that in AA, AAA, whatever. But if you're coming out of college
Tennessee, yeah.
and you showed you were good in college, like
College?
Dylan Dreiling did.
Yeah,
well, he was
World Series
good.
MVP?
He wasn't
for-
like
No, he wasn't.
He
the
won
MVP.
some
it was,
big
it was
hitting award.
Christian Moore, I think.
He
He
wasn't
won-
the MVP for that team.
He won some award for that year. I remember when everyone, like, when they signed him, was like, oh, this is like the
I
best
think he was Golden Spikes, which is best
fielder.
player in
Yeah.
college baseball
Oh.
for the year,
Yeah,
but he wasn't the MVP for the World Series.
right.
I could be wrong that he wasn't the Golden Spikes winner. I don't know, but anyways, he showed in college he could hit decent pitching. I know it's different, but the thing about minor league baseball, AA guys, pitchers especially, are working on command. They're working on learning the game of baseball. He doesn't need to learn the game of baseball in
Yeah.
AA. AAA, you go to die if you're there more than 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Why not just call
I just
him
think
up?
the talent level's
I don't
completely
hate the
different.
idea of calling him up that year. I don't like it opening day. I like him as a mid-season spark plug or as a September call-up.
I do like
I don't like full season from the beginning Dylan Dreiling.
I would give him a spring training, and if he has like a Wyatt Langford spring training, then yeah.
Langford
give it to
didn't- He came up at a September call-up.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, I didn't.
He was literally a
You're thinking
September
of
call-up.
Evan Carter. You're thinking of Evan Carter.
That was
No,
Carter.
Langford, he came up through a September call-up. He had 4 games.
Yeah, dude, AAA. His first major league game was 2024 opening day.
No.
Because he
Yeah.
had like the 6
Pull up that
homer.
baseball reference.
He had like 1,200 OPS in
Yeah, 'cause
spring
he-
training
so
that
yeah, he
year.
was
he was
fast-tracked
in
through-
Frisco for 2 weeks and then got called up to AAA.
Yeah, because he only played like 2 weeks the year before. Yeah, 2024.
2024 opening day.
You got
Garbage.
Baseball
Your-
reference
whatever.
is
Your
wrong according to
memory's a
Beals.
little-
No, it's not wrong. I'm just it felt like
He was fast
there.
tracked,
Maybe
but
I-
yeah, he did not.
he was-
Like he was probably the next guy up if somebody else got hurt in the World
I
Series.
do remember
run.
there were
maybe he got
talks.
called up and he was just on the bench. I swear
He might have been in like the dugout or something, but he wasn't on the roster.
Yeah, no, I remember because it was talked about like when they were kind of struggling near the end. It was like, do we call him up that quickly? But they decided not to, and they decided to have him at the start of the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe if they would have made the playoffs, he was
Well,
going to
like
be called
people
up or
were
something. I
saying,
don't know.
like if Adolis got hurt again, then they would.
Maybe
called,
that's what
but
it
they
was.
put
But I
Jankowski.
swear I saw a call-up graphic from the writers because they put up a big thing about their guys making the MLB, even if it's not on the Rangers. But
Yeah.
anyways, it doesn't matter. Sebastian Walcott, he gets called up as well because he's ready too.
I can co-sign that.
We'll see. It depends
And
on
I'd
the
like to
gonna
see
injury.
spring
trade-
training, but I don't hate the idea.
And we're going to trade for my boy, Tommy White, Tommy Tanks.
How much are you giving up for Tommy White?
I don't know.
I don't think you give. I think that's a cash considerations kind of trade.
I
It
love
could
cash
be because the A's
considerations.
clearly don't believe in him.
Yeah.
They just keep leaving him down.
Well, don't they have guys
in-
that they?
It's interesting
have
because
there?
they call up any and every prospect except him. So I wonder.
He's raking this year.
Is he though?
Raking.
Yep.
I like Tommy White.
793 OPS. I mean, the batting
Raking.
average is good, but he's not.
In the launch pad that is Double
I
A.
wouldn't say that he's raking. He's got 9 doubles and 2 home runs in 33 games. Like it's good numbers, but not.
Not opening day first baseman numbers. I don't know.
Not at the moment.
Opening day first baseman.
He keeps talking about this like phantom 3-homer game that happened, but I don't see
Happened this year
evidence of it.
apparently.
It happened like a month ago.
Okay.
It could have been a 2 home run game and a double.
Not
He was
even.
raking. I
It's
thought it was a
still
3
not
home run
possible.
game, but anyways, I am old and forgetful. Who cares? I like Tommy White. I say give the Rangers Tommy White. You can keep Berger, let him mentor, be on the bench, trade him out day in, day out kind of vibes. But
I don't know how much I like Berger as a mentor. Guy broke the record for most straight swings a couple years back. He had like 24 straight swings at pitches.
What's straight?
yeah, but he's a
what is-
calm guy.
what is
That's
straight-
something.
That's good, yeah.
What does
If you
straight
ever-
swing mean?
Like 24, like every single pitch he swung at for 24 straight pitches.
Oh, okay. That's
the
really bad.
the thing, if you go
he
watch
got
Tommy
hits,
White,
but-
he's pretty. What's it like a nice way to put it? Passionate, fiery.
Mhm.
He gets a little angry if he doesn't hit a ball well or things like that. I need somebody like Jake Berger, who seems like he
Yeah, Berger's
doesn't care
Berger's a chill
sometimes.
guy.
Yeah.
He just is like, oh, I swung at 24 straight pitches. Oh well.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I need a little bit of that attitude into Tommy White. So keep him around.
There's
Have
got
him
to
do
be
things.
There's got to be potential there. I mean, he's a 2nd-round pick, and he was great in college. So I
He
mean,
was great at LSU.
I can get on board with like maybe in the future, but until he starts showing like better results, I just don't think he'd be ready.
Whatever.
I
You
don't-
don't believe in the Tommy White? I'll be there at his
Okay.
Hall of Fame
You don't
speech.
believe in the tank train?
Does
I'll
Tommy
be at his Hall of Fame.
Does Tommy White know
All
who
right,
you are?
roll it up the middle, Sean.
I forgot what he put.
There we go. Corey Seager and if you'll blow it up there, Lucas.
Oh, yeah,
Brandon Lowe. We're bringing him in. He's a guy. You do whatever you can to sign him. He's brings you a lot of pop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's batting 6th in my lineup. Seager batting 3rd. He's your power guy. Walcott's your turnover guy over there at 9th. Tommy's going to bat 5th. Maybe the surprise home run after your 4th guy, whatever.
I should have gotten Lau instead of Torres.
I agree.
Yeah, the only problem with Lau is he's got a club and a player option.
Yeah, hard to
Clearly,
get
the
him out
player
of there.
option won't be picked up, but the club option totally will, especially by a team like the Pirates, who will do anything to keep Paul Skeens a little happier while they can keep him around till he goes off and signs his Yankee contract. Go back to this and look at the catcher and DH. Just roll them both at the same time, if you will, Sean.
Load up.
Yeah, can we get that graphic up?
Lucas.
Our director is sleeping.
Lucas, wake up.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, you got Josh Jung still sticking around, but he's going to DH because talk about weak ankles, talk about weak knees. He's just
Weak defense.
weak defense.
I think
except
his
for his Golden Glove.
I think
Except
his
for the hot corner plays, but like make him go for a grounder.
Yeah, kind of weird that he's a Gold Glover when he can't field great.
The
but
range
yeah,
is limited, yeah.
you keep him healthier if you don't play him every day. Walcott moves over there to the 3rd.
Yeah.
He takes in DH. He can bounce around wherever we need him, 1st, 3rd. If you need to play him in the field for a day to give somebody a day off, something like that.
They need to teach him second base. I think that would be very useful.
Why?
Well, why not? I
I
think if
mean-
you're an infielder, you should
So
learn how
we're
to
just,
play 'em all.
Oh, we're just kicking off Brandon Lau.
no,
Yeah.
but sometimes he might need a day off.
Roll Walcott over there. Throw Jung at third.
Put Walcott at shortstop for a Seager off day.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
Walcott's supposed to be a shortstop, but I don't know.
He is currently a shortstop coming off a UCL injury that's keeping him out all this year.
Yeah, I don't know how much I like throwing him at third base after a UCL injury, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I would.
He had a really strong arm after UCL or before the UCL, so
Yeah.
maybe the surgery helps. I don't know. Year off.
There have been pitchers that have came back like
I
stronger.
don't need him to throw
from
100
that.
from third. He doesn't have to Manny Machado it over there. Just get it over there.
Well, we'll see. if
Matt
he can do
Olson
that.
played third for a while. He's got a terrible arm.
Yeah, Jake Berger played third
I
base.
don't think I've.
There
ev-
you go.
I don't think I've ever seen Matt Olson throw a baseball. Like, is it bad?
He
Like-
didn't have a great arm when he was with Atlanta. He played third. He made some questionable plays over at third, but he got the job done. That's all. That's all we're asking him to do. The rest of the defense is great. That's all we're asking him to make a few plays at third, and then at catching, if you saw William Contreras, another guy that has a player club option,
Yeah.
something like that. But if you go out sign him from Milwaukee, because Milwaukee will never sign a guy. He brings a great consistency as a catcher.
Yeah, probably top
Every
5
day.
catcher in the league, I think.
top 5 catcher in the league, but everyday catcher. You don't have to worry about him
Yeah.
being like, oh, you can't catch this pitcher or
And
you
he's
can't
someone
hit
that
this
dog-
guy. He's
yeah.
just a guy. He's like your Yadier Molina. He's
Yeah.
gonna play every day if you'll let him.
And
kinda
someone the
thing.
Dodgers won't target because they already have 2 starting catchers. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they wouldn't go for him.
Knowing the catchers, knowing the Dodgers, they'll sign him and put him in left,
Yeah, also possible.
just
Yep.
like how they signed Mookie Betts and moved him to second.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah. But I mean, not bad if you really want to just completely overhaul the lineup. Yeah, first base is questionable.
I'd say
I would keep
in a year or two.
I would keep Berger there, but I think if you're overhauling it, you're kind of rebuilding. So I don't hate this idea. I do think right field is questionable. I would start the season Osuna at right field, maybe leave room for a Dreiling call up later in the year.
Sure. I like Osuna a lot. He had a way better walk-up song in Frisco than he
Yeah.
does at the MLB level.
What was it?
I don't remember the name of it. It was a Spanish song, but he does this interesting thing when he walks up to the plate. He even does it in MLB, where he taps the far part of home
his same-
plate,
yeah,
and then
routine.
flips his bat and like walks back and then steps back into the box. And the song he had picked perfectly in Spanish, like lined up with that, so it almost looked like he was kind of like dancing on his way to the plate. Real cool little aspect before he changed it. He changed it in Frisco too. He got into a slump and just was like, nope, time to
Yep.
change the song, which, always
baseball.
the thing. But
Yeah.
Whatever works.
yeah, so that's baseball coverage. We're going to move on real quick to some racing.
Yeah.
Throw up our standings here in the
With
NASCAR.
numbers, there we go.
Hey,
Didn't
look at
have
that.
numbers
The numbers
yesterday.
worked today
See, they're-
rather than yesterday, so good
There
thing we
they
did it
are.
today rather than yesterday. Even
really
though some of
transforms-
your numbers
Yeah.
are a little,
Thanks for not
little low.
recording, Aiden.
It makes the No, it was both of our faults, not just mine. Anyway, but yes, it makes the graphic look a lot better now that the numbers are in there.
It does. It does.
I agree.
And we can see clearly up at the top there, Tyler Reddick leading still, even though not a good Watkins Glen for Tyler. Was up in the top 2 after stage 2, but had something wrong with the car, low vibration, and then just basically put on a trailer and started heading backwards in that Watkins Glen race,
He
which
finished-
really
He
great.
did finish 5th though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow, I really did not pay attention to
He
him
must
finishing
have
5th.
been one of the fresh tire cars at the end that kind of snuck up there.
Yeah, he stayed out with the eventual winner of Shane Van Ginsbergen. They both did the dummy and came back to
yeah.
the track to stay out while everybody else in the field went and pitted. So that does make more sense that he finished 5th. Ty Gibbs was also up there.
He's been
Ty was
pretty dang
trying
good
to
this year.
hang on to the win. Kept
Yeah.
worrying about where Van Gisbergen was. Kind of like Max Verstappen, Brazil 2021,
Right.
where Lando's coming on the radio like, "Where is Max? Where is Max?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And all of a sudden, Max is in the lead. That was more of a safety car thing, rather than just pure pace. Like
Right.
Van Gisbergen at Watkins Glen just looked like he knew what he was driving, and nobody else in NASCAR did. Because we've had some king of road courses really fall off
Chase
the past few
Elliott.
years.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott.
Dale Jr. was
Didn't
talking
run
about
well.
it on his podcast, but he was talking really went in depth on what Gisbergen does with his like heel toe, like braking methods, and how no other driver does it. And Jr. was kind of critical of like other drivers, like they won't even bother to learn this method, even though it's obviously working by a considerable margin.
It does help that he's been doing it for years now, though. But I mean, so have these guys. To be fair,
How old is Shane?
37, I think.
Is he that old?
Yeah, he's
Really?
pretty old.
He raced over in Australia in every single circuit they had for a long time. Also raced a bunch of WEC. We
Yeah.
talked about WEC. He was a WEC driver for a long time. Mostly racing in the 12 or 6 hour races, not the
Big
24-hour
24, yeah.
races.
He would. I think he'd be good in that, though, for
but-
sure.
Yeah, he'd be a solid guy to have, especially if you run it at like Daytona.
Yeah, just 4 hours at a time, just have him bang it out and go faster than everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd put him as like the last one, and he would he set up kind of a big chart.
Maybe now that he has the experience of the way he drives in NASCAR,
Yeah.
but it didn't work out as like he was a top level driver in WEC. If you go back and like look at like the series, he was just one of the guys, like really good, really consistent. But it's kind of like Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez has a bunch of wins in F1 compared to a lot of other drivers and things like that. But he wasn't.
He was never like a top guy.
He's never a top level guy because he drove so timid, or not
Right.
timid. He drove consistently with keeping the tires the way they were, and it worked for the wins he had. But in other races, he just stays in the spot he's in because he doesn't go for like a more aggressive move or things like that.
Yeah.
And Van Gisbergen was doing the same in other series. Now in NASCAR, he's like, all right, I got a stock car. Let's just bang this thing wherever I need to go. And it works out. Now he's the king of the road course. If you could get just a bit more consistent at the ovals,
He's been
he
better,
would be
though.
up in the top 10. He's in a playoff spot right now, down in 16. But if he could just get more consistency at an oval, he would look
Yeah.
so much better.
Yep.
Also, in the NASCAR stuff, Hocevar not having a good 2 races, didn't have a good Texas, didn't have a good
No.
Watkins Glen. He's dropped 2 spots from 5th down to 7th lately.
He'll be fine.
I think, yeah.
You think he'll be fine?
I
Yeah.
mean, not a huge like well-known road course guy, so I think bad struggle there.
What was the race the week
Texas.
before? Oh yeah, Texas. What happened to him? I forgot.
In Texas?
Yeah,
He led 90% of the race and then just fell off the
Yeah.
pace.
I forgot we had these. Look at these.
Oh,
Yeah.
Our highlights.
There we go. They were. I was expecting to see them at some point,
Look
but
at, like
and look at that pace.
He just
Wow.
intimidated Zilich like out of the way. Like he just.
well on
Yeah.
that particular pass, Zilich had a tire going down.
Oh yeah, you're right because you can see him
'Cause,
going
yeah,
slow.
you have
Yeah.
n-
Overall, I
9
think-
laps to go. But look, this pass on Gibbs, he just says, "I'm faster than you, Ty. See you later." Brakes later. Like Gibbs is braking for that braking zone. Van Gisbergen does not care.
and then
No.
he's gone. I mean,
Yeah.
Man, I feel like Zilich has been a really
I'm surprised they didn't get yelled at by NASCAR for that.
Yeah, for the burnout
the
before the race
burnout
even
before
ended.
the rest of the field was done.
I mean,
it was dope, but
it was kind of out of the way, and we've kind of seen that before. I feel like at COTA, like I think Chastain did that when he won his first race.
maybe.
But I'm a fan. I don't see an issue as long as he's out of the way. I mean, if he gets hit, he gets hit. It's not like anybody's gonna get hurt. Hopefully, unless you have like a Jimmy Johnson. You know what I'm talking about?
Where he lost the brakes.
Yeah, when
and
he
went
was in
straight into
Xfinity.
the
Yeah, and
wall.
he just. Yeah, he's lucky to be alive after that one.
But
But
he
yeah,
didn't get injured on that one, did he?
yeah, he walked right out. I
Yeah.
think he felt
crazy.
like the walls at the time. It looked like a giant like pillow, and he
Right.
just
It
flew
was
right
before
into
the
it.
safety barrier, but it was like a safer barrier because they
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
that it could be dangerous.
I think it
or
was
something.
2002.
I think it was a little bit later than that, but I don't know because he was in the 48 car.
No, it was the Xfinity, right? It was like a
Yeah,
white
84.
car.
It was the 84 car, not the.
Yeah,
okay.
an Xfinity.
It was a Lowe's car, but there you
It
go.
was way back in the day. Joey Logano finished last. You see him on the screen there.
Rough day.
I only watched a third of the race, so I didn't really see what happened, but
His car was just bad.
Yeah.
that's
Like he goes to stop there, his tire blows, and it then falls off, calls a caution. He was
Yeah.
not very happy
Quick,
about it either. He was very
showing-
upset in the car.
Shown very briefly in that shot, but Catherine Legg pulling off the double.
Yeah, Catherine Legg, news out of her. She didn't have a great race here, but she's going to go for the Indy 500.
Yeah, I mean, as long as she
and
can just
the
complete both races.
Coca-Cola 600.
There you go. Yeah, I think
So-
as long as she can just complete both races, I consider that a big win for her.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff. I like her.
Yeah.
Catherine Legg. Not talked about the same vein as like, oh, Danica, female racer. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I would take
it's
Catherine Legg.
very
I
interesting.
would take Catherine Legg.
Oh, I think she's a way better driver.
I'd say NASCAR. Well, I don't know, because Catherine Legg always gets put in the BJ McLeod car, which is awful. But like Danica Patrick wasn't much better in the Stuart Haas 10,
Yeah.
which has won a lot of races, or
Right.
has at least won races before.
But the thing about it is like Danica never proved why she should be in racing. Catherine Legg has raced, like we talked about it in F1 with the F1 Academy. She's done other racing series. She's raced IndyCar and had success in IndyCar,
Yeah.
but not talked about as like, hey, look, a female racer is here, which is very interesting.
Yeah, nobody, like, when she's in the NASCAR races, like, she'll just show up on the leaderboard, and I'm like, oh, I had no idea she was even here today.
Right.
But, I mean, the double thing was kind of unexpected, but, like,
It's pretty cool.
good for her. Go try and get a top 30. I think that's a reasonable goal, especially because, like, the Indy 500 will probably have some wrecks.
I bet she could
some
get a top
issues.
20, if not top 10, in the Indy.
Yeah.
And then
She's run Indy before,
yeah,
and her highest placement there, I think, was 14th.
I think so.
yeah, that sounds right.
So
And then the Coke 600.
Yeah, top 30.
Yeah, I think top 30 is definitely reasonable. I mean, especially she's probably in one of the worst cars in the field, but just survive through the night, and yeah, you'll probably end up with the top 30
yeah,
just based on how long it is.
yeah. Well, other big racing event going on today. Are we watching the 24 hours of the Nürburgring?
Oh, I
I'll
didn't
try.
even.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
When is that?
Tonight.
Oh, tonight.
Today.
Oh,
The qualifying's happening like now.
is it on like Motor Trend or what?
I know you can find it on YouTube. But it's probably on Motor Trend, probably on
It's
the other places.
probably pirated somewhere.
I don't think you have to. That's the thing about the Nürburgring races.
Oh,
You
really?
can just watch those. They don't care about like sponsorship as much or anything like that. They celebrate racing as like their whole thing, and they just are like, you want to watch the race? Here, find it wherever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Because of them trying to celebrate racing. That's why there's like the one team that races like a 1997 Honda Civic.
Oh,
as
really?
like a GT car. That they've done it every year. Last
Yeah.
year it died. They had to bring it back to life, and it ended the race, which is always just the goal. But it's just 4 dudes that just
Yeah.
want to race.
I got really scared for a second 'cause I was looking up like when the race starts, and the first thing I saw was Max Verstappen to miss, and I was like, oh no, but it's just he's missing a ceremony.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that would be terrible.
Well, it's the first time they've ever sold out the
Yeah.
24 hours. They've come close, but they sold out last Sunday when Max put out a tweet saying, I'm racing in the 24 hours. They sold out in less than an hour from his
Absolutely
tweet, which
incredible.
is crazy.
Yeah.
It just shows you how, I think it was Marcus, no, it was it was Weber.
Yeah.
Weber said all the people were like, oh, if Max wants to retire, he can. We don't need him in F1. We're
No.
F1. And Weber's like, no, F1 needs Max more than Max
Yeah.
needs F1.
100%.
And something like that just shows that F1 would fall off if Max ever left or anything like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So, but that's all the racing. Now we'll get Alex out of here.
Yeah.
Usually we trade
Later.
him in. Now we're going to have him leave. We'll bring Sean in, talk a little puck.
Puck. Yeah.
Yeah, Puck.
Screw the Wild.
Oh, okay.
I love Brett Kulak for now.
I dislike the Avalanche more than I dislike the Wild.
I dislike.
I did not like the Wild beating us, and I'm not saying I was cheering for the Wild,
I
but
dislike the Wild.
cheering the
at
Wild
the moment.
over the Avalanche. I do not like the Avalanche.
I think there's only I don't like Avalanche fans, and I mean I don't really hate many of their players. I don't like. I'd say Manson and Nichushkin. I absolutely despise. But and then Makar I don't like. He's a pretty princess out there. He falls and he's so like whiny. I feel like, but it's whatever.
Makar's whiny.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg is whiny. Even though he's tough, he took that puck off the face on. Was it the clinching game? No, it was the game before.
Yeah.
It was the game. It was game 4 that he took the puck to the face. Right. Game 4, game 5.
Incredible goal
Whatever.
last night from McKinnon.
The goal he scored last night makes no sense.
Yeah, especially we compare. I saw. I wasn't watching the game, but
you saw the tweet of one was a
Comparing it
goal,
to the
one wasn't
Olympic
a goal.
ones?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The goal in the Olympics that he missed was a wide open net from the exact same spot.
I
Literally,
think-
his skate is on the same line.
well, if you look, I think he was a little bit closer, but I think if you go back and watch that clip, he hesitates for like the slightest half second before letting it go. He should have just fired it. Like last night,
he hesitated last night.
Well, yeah, but he kind of already had the puck, and it was reasonable for him to just kind of let go of it. But I mean, he had time to pick his spot. Whereas at the Olympics, it's like just knock it in. Like you don't need to take your time.
I mean, one was a goal, one wasn't.
Yeah.
This one was insane because it went over Volstad's noggin.
Yep.
In a sliver that was a puck wide, and propels them into the conference finals. Lucas, can you blow that up for us? Already have 2 C teams in the conference finals.
Yep.
Looking like a Colorado-Carolina final. If they keep going the way they are, both teams kind of cruise their way into the conference finals. Though, if history tells us anything, Carolina not good in the conference finals.
I think it changes.
Well,
this
they're
year.
not playing Florida for one, so
Yeah. Well, even when they were playing other teams,
They lost to
just-
Tampa.
they
Yeah.
lost. Yeah, they lost to Tampa. They lost to Boston in 2019. They might have lost to someone else. I can't remember. But did
Were they in the conference final when Washington went to the Cup?
no, that was
No.
Tampa.
That was Tampa?
yeah,
Okay.
it was Tampa Bay
And then the year after, Carolina knocked out the Capitals.
in round one.
Yeah,
Yeah, round one.
and then they lost. They got swept by the Bruins, and they still haven't won a conference final game in
The last time they
I think
won
since I was born.
No,
the last time they won a conference final game
was last season. Yeah, they
No, they
won.
did-
They won one against
Oh,
Florida.
did they win one?
Yeah, it was at 5.
They just didn't get swept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last time before that, they basically it was the
When
year they won in
06?
06.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With their coach being their captain at the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a stat the other day. I can't quite remember. It was something like most playoff games ever coached or played
Yeah, and he was
by somebody in
by
NHL
when?
history,
Oh.
like with one team or something. It was like
Well, when you really narrow it down to just one team, he was basically just with the Hurricanes his whole career,
yeah.
Mhm.
and he's only coached the Hurricanes. So
Yeah.
it's not like some of those old school guys like a Joe Nieuwendyk has a ton of playoff wins, but he was on 15 different teams.
Mhm.
Yep.
Or same with I don't know, Guy Lafleur.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, known as a Canadian, but also played in St. Louis. He did a lot of things.
Yep.
You know,
Mhm.
so looking around the rest of the playoffs here, though, we said Buffalo or Boston would have an easy cruise into the conference finals.
Nope.
We were real wrong about that one.
Yeah, Montreal is. I think they looked kind of flat against Tampa at times, but I mean they got the series win and they've done a great job so far in this series. They've had a bit of unluckiness, but overall I think it's been a pretty
bit of
even series.
unluckiness.
Yeah, that one Tage Thompson goal.
That's the craziest goal I've ever seen.
So he just flings it up. It hits the
we
backboard.
should have totally gotten a highlight of that.
It hits the pad and then it goes in. That is like the most ridiculous goal I have ever seen in a playoff game.
Yeah, the ESPN broadcast was like, I think it was Sean McDonough, and he's like, Thompson fires it in, and where's the puck? Oh, it's in. Like, crazy. Like, never seen that before.
Have y'all seen the speaking of the ESPN broadcast, the feed of the ESPN broadcast from the Avalanche winning in overtime on a 3-0 comeback from behind victory? They were down 3-0,
Yeah.
came back 4-3.
Uh-huh.
They'll go to the conference finals. The ESPN feed versus the quote non-ESPN feed.
I think it was TNT.
No, it was ESPN last
Pretty
night.
sure it was TNT.
Because
Because it was Kenny Albert.
was it?
Yeah, it was TNT.
Okay, then
But,
the
like,
TNT feed versus like the
It was
Sportsnet feed.
Sportsnet, the crowd is what you're talking
Yeah,
about,
the
right?
crowd. ESPN is the one that kills it the most. TNT, I guess, does it a little bit.
Yeah.
But man, so I've never been a component of making it bad to where you can't hear the commentary. But if
Yeah.
the crowd's that loud, let me hear the crowd. Stop muting them.
It's like Fox and NASCAR. It's way too quiet. And I heard the pop on Sportsnet, and I was impressed. That's how it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And like ESPN and TNT, it just overall the broadcasts are kind of lazy in my opinion.
TNT broadcast is way better than the ESPN
Yes,
broadcast.
I would
But
agree.
ESPN being the wide leader of sports for the longest time,
Yeah.
their broadcast is not good.
I think Bob Wischusen like saves them. Otherwise, like they have nothing.
Without Wischusen,
nothing good going.
they do not, because Sean McDonough is
Sean McDonough can have his moments,
oh.
but it's very few and far between.
I don't like him as anything other than when something that he doesn't expect to happen happens.
Yeah, like the Michigan State.
That's
Michigan.
the only reason he still has a job.
That's
at
my
ESPN.
favorite call of all time, for the record. But like,
Oh, really? Favorite call of all time?
it's so cool because he like it was unexpected, and he like voice cracks the whole time through it. And then you've got the famous picture of the Michigan fan that's like, like
the surrender cobra.
what a moment. And like, but yeah, Sean, what do you think about ESPN?
I don't care about them. I do not care about them at all. I just watch the sport. I do not listen to the commentary. I don't care at all. Just
Really?
let me watch the game.
Okay,
That's just my opinion.
That's fair.
Hey, with round one with the Stars, I didn't turn on an ESPN broadcast if I couldn't, or if I could help it. If If I was able to turn on Victory Plus, I'd turn on Victory
I just
Plus.
completely forgot they were on Victory Plus, but
They do that weird. It's on round one.
yeah, I don't
thing,
like
And
that.
it's not on.
but
I think-
not on for round 2.
I
or
think
3.
it would have been weird, or I feel like I'd be kind of sad just hearing Josh and Razor like and close out the season. I don't think I've ever heard it before, but I'd have to imagine they'd get pretty sad about it.
It's-
Do you remember like what they said at the end? Or
no, it's kind of the same vibe every time.
is Josh would be like, "And the stars will go home," or something?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty positive about it. I mean,
yeah.
it's not like oh, well, we lose. Dang. Okay. See
Aw.
y'all next year. It's still just Josh with his voice of like, and the stars fall short. And we talked about this before the game, Razor, of the possibility, that kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Razor will be like, "Oh, they didn't have enough
Giddy up in there.
fantabulous, larcenous goaltending stops."
His words are crazy.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know what he does, right? He's done it-
Razorisms?
you know why what he does to get his razorisms, correct?
No, I don't think.
Not
I do.
So
really.
he's talked about this in various outlets and things. He opens up a thesaurus.
Thesaurus?
Thank you. He opens that up before a game and goes, that word could possibly work.
Oh, he
on
just
a
picks random
broadcast?
words.
And he puts it in his notes. He tries to say that word to make it sound like a better. He did that for like 20 years. He doesn't do it every game nowadays because he's got some of the fan favorite ones like larceny and things like that.
Yeah.
But he tries to give you a new razorism every now and then for that very reason.
What do you think's your favorite Razorism of all time?
I think it's the larceny.
My personal favorite was they were playing the Hurricanes when Jamie Benn like deked them and scored a goal. He's like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose. I remember that.
That's crazy.
It is my favorite Razorism of all time. It makes me laugh.
It is definitely one that can make you laugh. But
Did y'all see the one where it was like, I think it was him, and they challenged him. They gave him like 4 of the most random things. It was like, you have to say like embezzlement and hot dog on the broadcast, and he somehow found a way to do it. And yeah, I mean, truly incredible announcer.
we-
Doesn't get enough attention for
we
it.
do that over in the Brahma's broadcast
Oh,
because
really?
our broadcast is way too goofy. Like we don't take it serious necessarily for our one team. It's a lot more about having fun. I mean, we're a junior hockey team,
Yeah.
and so we give our play-by-play guy, who's actually our team GM, the challenge of making just the most random things, like saying a Disney princess on the broadcast, and he like called one of the opposing players a Disney princess one time to get it done and things like that. But looking back over at this bracket, do we believe in the Hurricanes in the conference final, even though they played the number 9 seed Philadelphia Flyers to get to the conference final, and the wild card? No, the 9 seed was Ottawa, wasn't it?
I believe so.
And then like
The
the
8th seed,
7th
yeah.
seed was Philadelphia, something like that. They're very low,
The
low
seeds aren't really
seed
seeds anymore.
seed teams.
Yeah.
They didn't have to. It wasn't like a gauntlet like
They did.
Colorado
They did
necessarily.
go 8-0 though.
Or if the
so.
Stars went through.
Last year.
I think with the
Yeah.
role that the Flyers were on, I think that was impressive to sweep them. Ottawa, I think I made it on my YouTube channel. I said they would win in 5 just because, like, I mean, Ottawa feels like they'll always steal a game. But, yeah, I don't know, because we said the same thing about Boston and Buffalo having, like, the easy path. But
Yeah.
now, like, I don't know if that's correct. I think Carolina, they could come out and lose like the first 2 just from all the rest they're getting.
Yeah, they could be too rested. I think Colorado might be too rested as well.
I don't think it'll be
They
as
had a
bad.
lot of rest in round 1.
Will they
They
wait?
had a lot of rest in round 2.
Will they wait for the Eastern Conference Final to get there to start the Western Conference Final? Because that won't end for like another 5 days. This could end like tomorrow, maybe. So like
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because they were starting round 2.
Like
While
when round 1 was
round 1 was almost over, but they had already
I think
started.
that's what they'll do.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Because it hasn't happened. I can't ever recall an instance of that coming up. I feel like it's always started at like the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. Though I do think that one's not ending tomorrow, so there's that. Anyways.
Oh, you think Vegas or you think Anaheim
Ducks.
takes it to a 7?
Yes.
Okay.
I like
Give me
I
Quack
agree.
Nation.
I like the Ducks. They're one of my. I like all their young players and the veterans too. It's a nice little mix of it, but predominantly young though.
Predominantly young players. Yes.
Yes.
They
But
basically
guys-
just have the defense that are old.
Yeah, I've always been a Kreider, and I've been a fan of Trouba. I think he's a solid player. I think he gets a lot of hate. But yeah, I like, especially like depth guys like Ryan Poehling. Like that's the stuff that you want on your team, and it's been very impressive. And like Jackson Lacombe, he's been a dog. Like they've just got it going right now, and I mean they're on the brink, but.
They're on the brink, but they've played 2 close games. They were probably the better team in both those games that they lost to Vegas. So I see them winning Game 6 and forcing Game 7 in Vegas, which will be interesting. Would it be a lot of Vegas fans or would it be a lot of Duck fans?
They're actually playing tonight, so I didn't.
Are they playing tonight? I
Yeah,
thought it was
they
tomorrow.
are.
Okay. I just turn on my TV and see who's playing. Does that mean we have 2 games tonight? Buffalo,
Yes.
Montreal,
Yeah.
and Vegas, Anaheim?
Vegas, Anaheim, Game 7 would be on Saturday at 4.
Give me Montreal tonight. Give me Anaheim tonight as well. What do you
Right.
think, Sean?
I agree.
I will give. Okay, it's in Buffalo for
In
Game
Buffalo
5.
tonight.
I think Buffalo wins Game 5.
Okay.
I know you flamed me for the take I had on Buffalo winning Game 6 in Boston, and then they did that. So I think Boston
did.
will win Game 5.
There you go.
I really do not like the Vegas Golden Knights at all, so I will always root against them. So I will also pick the Ducks here to win Game 6.
There you
All
go.
right.
I like it because the Vegas Golden Knights are basically the 2016 St. Louis Blues, and I despise the 2016
Yep.
St. Louis Blues. I've talked about it before. Can't get on board with anybody in a Blues sweater ever. Like, it makes me not want to buy a Blues sweater. I have a goal to own all 30 teams. My dad used to say I had 29 teams because he didn't want Philadelphia. He didn't like the Flyers growing up because they were the Broad Street Bullies. And I say 30 teams. Now we're up to 35, to 34?
32.
It's 32. Yeah,
32?
they
Okay.
evened it out
There you go.
after adding the Kraken and the
Mhm.
Golden
Well,
Knights.
no, it's 33, right? With Craig?
No,
The
32.
32 even it out because there's 8 in each division.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
16 in each conference and then 8 in each division.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
My bad. But yeah, goal to own every jersey in the NHL because I wear a lot of jerseys. But I don't think I could own a Blues jersey. I do
Yeah.
have a Vegas Golden Knights jersey, but that was bought for me their inaugural season, which they were cool their
Who is
inaugural
it?
season.
Who's the player?
It's just blank.
Oh,
It was bought like as they announced it. It's before they went full yellow. It's the white one, but even though the white one's not full yellow now, the white and the black versions are way better than their yellow. I can't stand that yellow jersey right now.
think of a Golden Knights player or a Blues player that I would want to buy.
Fleury.
Maybe.
I could do Flower. Why
Yeah,
not?
Fleury, maybe.
I just hate how the Golden Knights treated Fleury because like he was coming off of Vezina season and then you just trade him to Chicago for
well,
basically
he almost
nothing.
retired because he found out about that trade on Twitter.
Well, how about speaking of finding about stuff on the internet? The Oilers coach, y'all
Got
see
fired.
Knobloch,
Yep.
yeah.
He got fired today, but he found out yesterday when all of the media personalities in hockey Twitterverse or whatever started tweeting out that the Oilers asked the Golden Knights
for
to talk to Bruce Cassidy.
Yep.
And it was like, oh, I guess the Oilers are going to fire their head coach.
I don't think it's not been his fault. And he,
Oh,
I mean, he's
he went to 2 straight Cup
Yeah, I
finals in
know.
2 years. The last 2 years.
yeah. It's I mean the goaltending, the defense. Like
Yeah,
just
you
give
can't
him-
blame him for a GM not being able to get him a goaltender.
I don't think Bruce Cassidy's gonna do you any better.
Well, they weren't given permission by the Knights
Yeah, because he's
interview.
still being paid by the Knights. So.
Yes, he is still their head coach, technically, in all legal sense of it or anything like that. They just have a coach behind the bench.
Yeah, Torts.
In
Tortorella.
Tortorella. I don't know what they're doing with him, and it makes me think they're just going to use Tortorella to get a playoff run and then dump Tortorella and bring back Cassidy. But that looks like a terrible look.
That would be really
But
weird.
why else would you say no? The Oilers, you can't interview our guy that
Yeah,
we're
because like, do you view
not
him as
using.
a good coach? Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's a really weird situation.
Maybe they're just being mean just to be mean because it's a rival. But
I mean, I don't know, maybe. But I guess that will do it for this version of the LSMN Press Box. We'll be back on next Wednesday. We'll actually record it this time.
Yep.
Yep.
We
guarantee it. All right. We're going to record on a Wednesday because we better record on a Wednesday because I'm going to have former LSMN alumni Brendan Selke in to show you what the possible show could look like next fall. But we'll see you then.
All right.